down now we move away from that medal ceremony and we go down to the start of the men's lightweight double. I hope that Svetla will stay with me for this race because I've got a little bit to ask her about the course in Beijing and one or two other details. We move to the men's lightweight double sculls. Lane 1, we have France, Jérémy Azou and Rémi Di Girolamo. Then in Hungary, in lane 2, Georges Teerling and Tamás Varga, former world champions. We have China, Guolin Zhang and Ji Zun in lane 3. 4 is Daniele Ghilardoni and Lorenzo Bertini of Italy. In lane 5, Zach Purchase and Mark Hunter for Great Britain. And in lane 6, we have Maxime Goisset and an evergreen Frédéric Dufour, 32 years old, in the stroke seat. 9 years difference in that French crew between bow and stroke. Clean start, and there we have Georges Teerling in the bow seat. That's the one in the furthest away from you, and Tamás Varga in the stroke seat of the Hungary double. They are over there because they qualified more slowly than the near side crews, but I think we're agreed, Svetla, that these conditions have turned out very fair. You made the adjustment of the lanes in case there was a wind shadow, but you didn't really need to, it now seems.
I don't think we have a problem right now, but what is important, the right crews are the winning crews. And this is the case now, so I don't think we have to dispute this.
Well, we don't know who's winning, but it looks to me like it's Great Britain, funnily enough, in lane 5, who've pulled out in front, and they're the ones who have set the early pace. Zach Purchase was at 19 single sculls world champion among lightweights. Mark Hunter, 8 years older than him, a former Doggett's Coat and Badge winner. That means waterman on the Tideway in London, and he came up the hard way, but he was there during the years when the British men's lightweight team was not really achieving what it should, and when Robin Williams came in as coach after leaving after 8 very successful years with Cambridge University as their boat race course coach, Robin Williams came in, took over, and this double got a silver medal in the World Championships last year, and the 4, which we will see later on, took a gold medal. So Robin made all the difference, and Mark Hunter's career was resurrected, and here he is leading this race at 500 metres with 0.81 of a second over France in second place. So France 0.81, and then we have Italy 1.75 in third place, Hungary in fourth, People's Republic of China in fifth, and France in sixth place. So Zach Purchase in the bow seat of that British double is known as a very strong man, a very physically strong, muscularly alert figure. Do you think that's what makes the difference in this kind of headwind for a lightweight?
This helps in the with the headwind conditions. Anyway, it's the essential aspect here with the doubles and pairs is the synchron.
Absolutely, the synchronicity or the compatibility, I think we sometimes
of the
say.
two rows.
Yeah.
And even sometimes it looks like the body are not moving absolutely parallel, as you can see it with the French. It's an obvious difference.
Absolutely, there is. The French, that's the crew nearest to the camera. That's them in camera, in picture now.
And you can see that the two bodies are moving not absolutely synchronized.
Whereas this Italian crew is moving quite nicely together, but not quite able to keep up with the pace.
Even so there are many things. It's not just the synchron, but synchron is very important in a double and in a pair. So what we have, for example,
in the British crew in the lead
lead, their bodies not they are very
they're quite good, but they're not perfect. But I think we need to look at the way the blades enter the water and come out of the water.
Correct.
Yeah.
What is important to look is at the blades, and the French, they are obviously not well synchronized.
Not quite synchronized. No, it's a new crew. That, as I said, 9 years gap between the two athletes. They haven't trained much together. Now, what's interesting about Purchase is that when he emerged on the scene, he was already sculling in such a mature and easy movement. I remember talking to one of your colleagues, Tor Nielsen, who's one of the great coaches in world rowing over the last 40 years. And I said to Tor, what would you say to Zach Purchase to improve his sculling? And he said, nothing. There is nothing I would say to him. I'd leave him to get on with it. because he's already doing it in the most naturally easy way possible. And there is the France crew, and the dissynchronicity, or whatever the word is, the incompatibility between those two is becoming more apparent as the strain comes on. Exactly. Most crews can make it look okay for a bit, but we're into the second half of the race now. We passed 1,000 meters. We're in fact 750 meters to go, and they are really struggling, that French pair. They're not even putting the blades in together now in quite the way they were, and look at the difference that Purchase and Hunter have pulled out. Now, they've had a very solid winter's training. I saw Robin Williams last night and asked him how they'd gone, and he said nothing to report. They've really worked at it, and their silver medal last year was a tremendous result for a new double, and for a then 20-year-old already double world champion in single sculls. But here we have the real McCoy as they come into the last 500 meters, and we can see the quality of this crew. So 500 meters to go. Great Britain in front, 5 minutes 12 seconds to this point, and they have 5.5 seconds advantage over Italy and then France. So France have given up second place to Italy in that third 500. Missing from this race, and very important not to discount, is Denmark with Mads Rasmussen and Rasmus Quist, who were world champions last year and pretty convincing world champions last year. In silver medal position behind them then was Mugios Dimitrios and Polymeros Vasilios of Greece, and then it was Purchase and Hunter. I told you they were silver medalists. They weren't. They were bronze medalists last year. They're the leaders now, and they're the ones making the real process. They're not visible in this picture because they're way off to the right, but France slipping back, and the differences between the two scullers, much more than the 9 years of age. There are differences of movement which I think it would be really hard to reconcile at this stage in the season, wouldn't you say?
I think it's also physically
they're different, and it's going to be it's not a double made in heaven.
It's the
when you got into your double scull back in 1976 with your partner, did you know straight away that it was going to work?
It happened, in fact, because one day they decided to put us together, and it was just before a major regatta, so we didn't have time at all to train together. We went at that regatta, our boat was broken, so we had to take even a rental boat, and we managed to do it with a.
So you were clearly made in heaven as a partnership.
And it happened, and since then we were always together.
And now we have, coming across the line, Great Britain in first place. They let the other crews come back to them there. And in second place, we do actually have France coming up there, and Italy faded off. So notwithstanding everything we've said about France, they did actually manage to get a great deal of effort in, and no doubt that's why they were selected, because they clearly have a great deal of power. They're two most powerful lightweights that they've got. But on your right of your picture is Zach Purchase, 7 minutes dead there, and on the left is Mark Hunter, and that is by lightweight men's double sculls. A relatively slow time when you realise that Rasmussen and Quist in Amsterdam in 2007, this time last year, finished in 6 minutes and 10 seconds. That's 50 seconds faster than today's race, and indeed in the World Championships they did 6:24 on this course. So France, notwithstanding all the heavy criticism that we've heaped upon them, actually took a couple of seconds off Great Britain in that last 500 metres. Italy in bronze medal position, China 4, 11 seconds off the pace, Hungary 5, and France 6th. So France 1 was 6th. That's why we did get it right. It was France 2 which came through to take silver medal position, and France 1, their selected crew and the fastest qualifiers, failed to make it in lane 6. So Svetla, thank you very much indeed. Do please stay, because we still haven't had our conversation